Good afternoon. Happy Friday or Sad Panda Friday. It kind of all depends on your situation. Well, talking about situations, man. Let me take a cruise on over. Hop in my ride, will you? We're gonna go on over to Market Watch. A quick drive. Don't worry. Just pretty much like your drive to insanity from me. Pretty much same amount of time. All right, Dow is down 572.46 points. Yay! S&P down, Nasdaq down, Global Dow down, oil's down, gold is up 8.1 points. We'll take a peek over at crypto. Crypto hadn't been up, well, at least it's in the green now. That's a first that I've noticed today. So the Dow is taking another hit. The reason why is because of all the insanity that is our government and other governments responding to our insane government. So hold on, folks. And like I keep telling people, put on that damn helmet. Make sure those straps are nice and tight. Because when they flip that switch on economy, and I'm not fear mongering, it is going to be overnight. And it's probably going to be during a weekend. If you look at all the other countries in which that happened, it happens over the weekend and it's boom. Nobody knows anything. They go to the bank on Monday to try to pull money out, and guess what? Lo and behold, the banks are closed. So, folks, this is not something that they're going to notify you ahead of time. And it's going to be just like all the other countries. You will not have access to your own money because it's not even real money. The thing of it is we are right at that point. And they are itching for war. They are absolutely itching for war. And they're doing everything they can. Absolutely everything they can to provoke these other countries. Because you know what? Now, the US dollar is not the only thing that you can trade petro with. As far as a reserve currency, the dollar's not very strong anymore. I'll tell you what, we're not in a position to be playing the games that Trump is playing. Economically, we aren't even close. We aren't close with manufacturing to be able to play these games. If China stopped shipping goods here, like right now, and believe me, they've got the capacity to do it, and I think they've got the will to do it. All they got to do is make that decision. That would hurt us so bad. Now, we'll probably have the things to be able to survive, but now my survival and society's survival are two different things. Entirely different things, right? As long as we can eat, we've got air to breathe, shelter over our heads, you're surviving. But to somebody else, in fact, to many people, if they can't get that new iPhone or that new 5,000-inch TV, they're just not going to be able to make it. Now, you and I both know that if a time like that arises, it's a mind over matter thing, and they'll live. Won't be happy, but they'll live. However, it still doesn't change the fact that it's going to put a hurting on this country bad. Why? Because there's a lot of companies in this country that sell foreign goods. In fact, most of the companies sell foreign goods. Those companies are going to go belly up real quick. So let's take all the dollar stores, for instance. Just for instance. Do you think they're making those dollar store goods in the United States? I'm afraid not. And I'm not talking about the stringy rope. They don't make those goods here. So what happens if we no longer receive the goods that we would normally stock a dollar store with? Well, you've got warehouses, you've got distributors, you got companies itself, like the headquarters and regional offices. You've got the stores, you've got truck drivers, you've got a whole slew of people that not only work with the store and at the store, but in support of the store. In fact, in most cases, you have more employees from various different areas, fields that work in support, like the truck drivers, for instance. So it's going to put a hurting. And I just use dollar stores, and there's tons of different types of dollar stores out there now. Dollar Tree, Dollar General's not really a dollar store like I'm referring to, but there's a ton of different ones out there now. And that's just one example, folks. That's just one example. All companies that sell foreign goods, or Chinese goods, which it makes up a very large amount of the foreign goods, are going to be hurting. So it's something to really look at. It's something to pay attention to. China is not on our side, and China is not going to pick our side. And I'm sure China is getting good and fed up with what's going on with Russia as much as Russia is. Folks, they try to teach children in this country not to be a bully. That is all I see the U.S. government doing abroad, is being a bully. But I honestly think it's by design, because ain't nobody that stupid, okay? Ain't nobody that stupid to realize that you can keep poking a bear and you can keep poking a dragon and that neither one of them's going to bite. That would be absolutely insanely stupid. So it's got to be by design. And it's my thought that in that design, it's to be able to point a finger and blame. When our economy and when our dollar crashes and goes to zilch, that is going to be what they use as an example, because our government is great at blaming, absolutely wonderful at blaming. They've spent much of this country's lifetime blaming. And, well, I'll say definitely in the last 60, 70 years at least, they spent a good portion of that time blaming. So, good times always come to an end, if you call that good times. And I think we're about to see that. So again, the stock market is taking a heck of a hit. I'll refresh the page here as soon as it allows me. I don't know if that's the same number. I think that's the same number. They might be closed now. I don't know that much about stocks, so let's see. So let's go on to Twitter and let me read up that. And I'm not gonna keep too long of a monologue tonight. I don't really know what to say. My arm is killing me. It's Friday, and whatever else excuses you can make. Blame. There we go. We'll blame somebody. Let's blame Russia, because I don't feel up to having a real long monologue. Russia, it's your fault. And thanks, Obama. So anyway, U.S. Treasury issues new Russia-related sanctions. 38 businessmen, officials, and companies listed. Poking that bear. Reminds me of the song. Poking the bear, poking the bear. Oh, wait, no, that was breaking the law. Anyway, poisoned ex-spy Sergei Skripal, no longer in critical condition, Salisbury Hospital. Lavrov on claims Novichok made in Saratov, UK, trying to confirm its stance. EU won't support Nord Stream 2 project. Syrian militants plan provocations with use of toxic agents. Let's see. OPCW knows no chemical weapons made in Russia Saratov facility. Hey, an article on DEFCON warning system. We'll actually read that. Let me get this opened up in a tab here. Grab a drink of coffee. We've been cheaping it out this month. We don't have Thomas. We've got Folgers. But at least it's like 100% Colombian because, we're not racist. Anyway, North Korea. What? I'm so getting killed. Another good reason to keep the monologue short. Gives her more time to stab me to death with a rusty spoon. Okay, North Korea could have the technology to hit the U.S. with a nuclear missile by as early as July 23rd, a top British military official warned. I think they can do it now. British Defence Minister Lord Howe did you do that? Informed British lawmakers in January that North Korea could have the technology to launch nuclear strike against the U.S. in around 6 to 18 months. The report containing these assessments was released Thursday, and a British military official told Business Insider that he stands by January's assessment. The assessment was made public as President Donald Trump prepares to speak with North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un in May. It is unclear exactly what will come out of the meetings. Trump's stated aim is that North Korea denuclearize entirely, a goal many experts believe will be almost impossible to achieve. Pyongyang's nuclear program offers the rogue regime leverage with which to negotiate. Wow, experts note. When I hear this stuff, I think about our unalienable or unalienable right to self-defense. And see, it's not our government's choice or decision to whether or not we can be armed. Humanity has that right worldwide. This ain't a U.S. thing. This is a global thing. Every human being walking the planet of the earth has the right to self-defense. And not even just every human being, but every creature. A fly has the right to self-defense, does it not? An ant, a dog, a cat, all got the right to self-defense. So why shouldn't North Korea have the right to self-defense? When's the last time North Korea has invaded anybody? When's the last time the United States has invaded anybody? Food for thought. One of the clear reasons North Korea wants to talk to America now is that it feels it is working from a position of strength. Kim has declared Pyongyang's nuclear program as complete, which could mean that the North has all of the necessary components, at least on paper, to hit the U.S. with a nuclear weapon in a very crude format, Harry Kazanias, Director of Defense Studies at the Center for National Interest, a public policy think tank in Washington, D.C., told Newsweek. If that is the case, it would make sense why Kim is offering talks now, and why he will drive for a very, very hard bargain. If talks even happen in the first place, Kazanias added. Last year, as rhetoric between Trump and Kim grew more threatening and bellicose, North Korea tested nuclear weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Experts have warned that North Korean missile could likely hit the U.S., but that Pyongyang had not developed the technology that would allow it to attach a nuclear warhead to such missile. And I think that's bogus. I think they've had that for quite some time. So that article apparently was on Newsweek, but I got it off the DEFCONWarningSystem.com website. It's in our tweeted list from today. So, U.S. sanctions target Russian people, embassy in Washington. We will play this video later on. It is awesome video. Really, really is. Let's see. Zuckerberg, Facebook backs Honest Ads Act, U.S. proposal to regulate political ads. U.S. Treasury Secretary says there is potential for U.S. trade war with China. No kidding. As if it's not already underway. Moscow vows harsh response to sanctions, future hostile moves. And we're going to read that one too. Let me go ahead and just get through these here. Democracy is being degraded as U.S. seeks global hegemony using any means. Russia on Trump sanctions. Hegemony. Did I say that wrong? Hegemony. What? It's going to write a song. A hegemony song. It's going to be a YouTube hit. It'll be huge. Huge. She doesn't think so. Thousands of Google employees revolt, demand company stop supporting U.S. war machine. Let's see. And my announcement about tomorrow's show, which, by the way, will be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't think I went over this on the live show. Did I? I don't know if I did or not. So the show would be on D Live exclusively. We'll also have it in an iframe on our homepage or our website, but it will not be broadcasted on YouTube. I want to reiterate 1,000 times that we are not leaving YouTube. Okay, I feel like I've got to put that on repeat for the next 10 minutes. We are not leaving YouTube. Our Saturday shows will be exclusive to D Live. That's it. That's it. There's nothing more, nothing less. It allows us to do more. We can play some cool music. We can have a little more fun. And even if it's just Saturdays, we're giving that big old finger to YouTube. So it is what it is. I just want to make sure everybody knows so everybody understands. So, because it seems like every time we fart over here, people try to make the call on which direction it's going or something, and God makes that control. He makes that control, not even myself. So let's see. Let me open this up, and we shall read. I think I can read. Well, kind of read. As long as there's no foreign names in here, I'll be good. Moscow vows harsh response to U.S. sanctions, future hostile moves. The ministry's message to the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump added that Russia wouldn't be spoken to in the language of sanctions and warned that thousands of U.S. jobs depend on Russian firms hit by the latest wave of penalties. So see, there we go again. Let's take out the jobs in the U.S. That'll fix them. Of course, we will not leave the current and any future anti-Russian attack without a harsh response, the ministry's press service said in a statement. However, we would like, first of all, to advise Washington to get rid of illusions that we can be spoken to in the language of sanctions. By continuously using sanctions, including for removing rivals from foreign markets with the use of such administrative measures, Washington practically becomes an opponent of the market economy and fair competition, the statement noted. As a U.S. democracy is degrading, Washington is scrambling to ensure the global hegemony of the United States by all means, including through pressure on countries that have an independent voice, unlike Washington's allies in NATO, the ministry alleged. However, no pressure will make Russia swerve off of its path. Good for Russia. Prior to the ministry's comments, the Russian embassy in the United States remarked that the sanctions would represent another blow to U.S.-Russia relations. And it's crazy because just like with the stuff with China and North Korea, like a year ago, and I kept telling you guys over and over and over, look, China's not on our side. China's not on our side. And Trump and the media was all, China's working with us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. China's pissed off about our THAAD system. They're not working with us. It's the same thing. I've heard recently Trump among the media itself talking about how, Russia is working with us for this. No, they're not. No, they're not. That is propaganda. Pure propaganda. Would you work with somebody like that? Right? Would you willingly work with somebody that was coming and trying to steal money from you or trying to prevent you from making money? Would you just keep going back for more? I would hope not. Some people do, but I would hope not. So, in all, that's the situation. Let's see. Washington again struck U.S.-Russia relations, the Russian embassy statement read. Now the captains of Russian businesses who refused to play by Washington's rules got targeted by the sanctions. The U.S. Treasury Department announced early Friday that it would be imposing sanctions on 38 Russian businessmen and senior government officials, including private and state-owned companies. The department cited Moscow's malign activity in the United States and around the world as its reasoning for the sanctions. As Sputnik previously reported, Sanctioned officials include head of the Presidential Directorate for Social and Economic Cooperation with the Commonwealth of Independent States member countries, Oleg Govoran. Wow, that's a heck of a title, though, right? Tula Governor Alexei Duyumin, Russian Security Council Secretary Nikolai Patrushev, Presidential aide, oh my goodness, Yevgeny Shkolov, I know I'm getting these way off, and Deputy of State Duma Andrei Skoch. So it's just not stopping. It's just not stopping. And if you were to hear our media speak, if you were to hear Trump speak, oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. They're working with us. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna go pick up a 12-pack and some hookers and everything's gonna be just fine. No, it's not. Unfortunately, that's the situation we're in. And I don't know what to tell anybody, but don't buy into it. Get ready. Get prepared. Put on the damn helmet. With that, God bless you all. We love you all. Be one with your spirit.